when the pandemic happened, one thing that I got inspired by was the fact that there were so many people who were now interested in health, being healthy, promoting health, taking actions to be healthy. And something hit, was like, I pray that these same people continue these behaviors after that pandemic is over with. Like, let's not make it a trend to be healthy. Let's make this a lifestyle and a way of living. Hi, it's Kristen. I'm the owner and CEO of Wealth Ownership LLC. With Wealth Ownership, we focus on 7 specific areas of wellness and growth as we pursue wealth ownership. The first is wisdom, then ethereal and atomic, location, township, heart, and ownership. And today, we'll be focusing on wisdom, which is your mindset. If you don't already know, hey, I'm Kristen, the owner of The Wealth Tea. And at The Wealth Tea, it's a space in regards to being able to use herbal teas, herbal tea blends to be able to help you to aid in your growth and aid in your health, aid in just being able to feel better each and every day. And the power of our herbal teas is in the fact that we've created and blended 7 specific ones that are able to tap into each and every part of your physical body. We also kind of put into the ingredients, in a sense, affirmations to help you to increase the energy that you have in those specific areas. And so, not to necessarily go into all of the herbal teas today, but because we've made it as of Friday, September 17th, in case you're watching the replay, we've made it to a year in business. This is my first time actually owning a business. Of course, I have a business background in the space of network marketing, which is different. It's not the same as launching your own business, because the infrastructure of a network marketing business is already there. It's already in place, and all you do is follow a system, recruit, get customers, etc. So I have that background in regards to being able to acquire customers, to build team, understand business conversations, etc., etc. But what I did not know how to do was how to really start and structure and build the foundation of a business. And when I first decided to go into business for myself, I really didn't know where I was going, what I wanted to do, or even the business that I wanted to launch. I just knew I was tired of being an employee in an uneasy, unmotivated space. And so a part of that is, I felt like, after the reflection of it, I feel like I played a huge role in the creation of that negative space at work. I played a role in choosing not to ground myself or prepare myself for the environment. I chose to, in a sense, amplify the negative that was happening because I didn't want to be there anyway. So I felt like, after, again, reflecting on that time and reflecting on my work life, because I was advancing pretty well throughout the government in the time frame that I was an employee there. But I just no longer wanted to be an employee. Like, I really didn't. I honestly, since college, I really had no plans, in a sense, idealistically, to be an employee, but I was getting advice to go get a job, build up the stability, build up a space of discipline, and then branch out to your own business. So I was like, okay, let me try it out. And I felt like that my time was coming to an end in regards to finding that discipline, because I was disciplined. I had the capacity to get promoted, as I was promoted 3 times within 5 years. So I knew that I could do that. I knew I could show up for work. I knew that I could show up for myself. I knew that I could go above and beyond. Like, I was able to check all of these things off in regards to my experience of being an employee, so that I felt comfortable when I decided to go full-time as an entrepreneur. So the time came about where it just was a negative environment that I didn't want to be in. And I was receiving so many signs from people that I was interacting with to I had purchased to meet with this woman and her partner to go over my astrological reading, where they took my birth chart based on my birthday, birth time, birth location, and was able to kind of show me this is the outline of how things are supposed to happen. And so one of my major concerns was in regards to my career life, because I knew I was not happy. So in that report from her, she kind of stated and literally told me that I should put in a 2 weeks notice and get out of the cycle of my career space, because she noticed that I was in a 3-year cycle in regards to Saturn, et cetera, et cetera. And if I was unhappy in this time and I go into the next cycle in that same space, then I was going to repeat the cycle of being an unhappy employee for the next 3 years. And I knew that I couldn't commit to 3 more years of dissatisfaction in regards to my career life. And so the advice that she gave me was to put in my 2 weeks notice. That was quite a bit to sit with, because it was so sudden. But mentally, I was already planning on quitting anyway. So mentally, I actually was, in a sense, putting together, paying attention to what I was spending my money on, starting to decrease my expenses, being able to make, like, literally print out my bank statements to figure out what was necessities, what wasn't necessities, what things I could cut out, where my money was going, how I was spending. Like, so I already started to plan and prepare, as well as save up for when I decided to leave the job, that I would already have a cushion and resources. And so I got to a point where I had a great amount saved up. The credit score had went up because I was working on that as well, to have that little bit of cushion as well. Credit was great. Credit utilization was great. All of these things were great. So when she told me that I should put my 2 weeks notice in, it was a hesitancy, but it was also, well, Kristen, you've been preparing for this anyway. You've been taking the last few months to do the research, to look online and see how other people have been able to successfully quit their jobs and build businesses. So there was a sense of nervousness, but at the same time, I was like, I can do this. Like, I had other people, again, like supporting me, saying, Kristen, you are a motivational speaker. You talk about pursuing your dreams all the time. Pursue your dreams. So I had all of these positive confirmations surrounding me to say, go ahead and just do you, sis. So I just pursued it. I didn't put a 2 weeks notice. I put, in the sense, a 3 weeks notice to kind of give myself time to collect one more check or extra check on top of the check, and really, just get myself prepared. So the day came, I ended up leaving the job, and that next few weeks, I felt so exhausted. Like, I didn't want to be around people. I had already made a couple business moves so that I could supplement my income. Like, I already had residual income coming in from my network marketing business with ACN. So that was a great supplement for the missing money that I was having at work. I had my real estate license, so at any point that I wanted to sell real estate, I had that as well as an option. But in all honesty, when I got to that point, I was exhausted. I was exhausted from just being in a negative environment. I was exhausted from being in a space of just not feeling like I was able to be my fullest self. And I just chose to kind of fall back for a little bit in regards to being sociable. Business calls for you to be sociable. It calls for you to talk to people in order for you to get clients. So I took a few months off to just really rediscover Kristen, to really get into a space of inquiring within, who am I? What do I desire? What do I want in life? Where am I supposed to be? Anything that I'm supposed to innately be great at, what's that? Like, I started to go within to really get into who I am and who I want to be. And in the midst of that, the pandemic happens. And I was, I had different projects that was helping me bring in money, bring in resources. But when the pandemic happened, one thing that I got inspired by was the fact that there were so many people who were now interested in health, being healthy, promoting health, taking actions to be healthy. And something hit, was like, I pray that these same people continue these behaviors after that pandemic is over with. Like, let's not make it a trend to be healthy. Let's make this a lifestyle and a way of living. And so that's where I was inspired to launch Wealth Tea, to be able to use the herbs that are blended in our herbal tea chakra. I don't want to name it. My herbal tea chakra teas, and be very intentional about the space that I was in, to not only just be providing herbal tea, but also to be in a space where I'm teaching about what it means to pursue wealth and health, because the part of the wealth tea part of it in regards to wealth is a space of teaching and getting into the totality of what wealth looks like, where it's not just a dollar figure. It's a space for you to totally push for wellness, totally push for health, totally push for your physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional self to be great, so that when those dollars are rolling in, you have a great relationship with them, because you already have a great relationship with yourself. Money is just an entity that you can use and facilitate with, but it's best to use and facilitate when you are full and complete without any type of external factors. And so that's the space that I really, promote in regards to wealth tea and everything in regards to the herbs. So here we are a year later, and a huge part of my shift in regards to going into year 2 and beyond with wealth tea is being able to start to provide more services for you to be able to capitalize on for your own personal growth, in regards to whether that's starting a business, whether that's something that you desire in regards to building a better family life. Whatever your personal goals are, I'm coupling wealth tea and bringing in my original company, Wealth Ownership, to be able to then start providing services for you, such as coaching services, one-on-one coaching services, as well as group coaching services, to guided meditation services, being able to help you to understand and really use the power of guided meditation to propel you in your professional, business, or home life. The power of meditation is simply being able to be present in your moments, and being able to catch yourself when you're not, and being okay with the results of, okay, well, how am I going to shift this now? Because you are ultimately the controller and the ruler of your life, period. But if you're not able to mentally tap into that higher power within you, it's kind of harder to facilitate. It's kind of harder for you to be able to know what you desire, to know what you want, to push towards that goal, that manifestation space. But when you use the power of guided meditation, it opens you up to so much more. Especially, like, one of my favorite things about guided meditation is the personality transformation. Like, being able to grow to the person that you desire to be, because you visualize it and can see it and feel it first, and really being able to sit in that space with that. So I'm so excited that we've launched that service. The coaching service specifically is for me to be able to facilitate you through the power of chakras. So I use the chakras as just a baseline of spaces in regards to what areas we'll focus on, where you'll be sent a introductory questionnaire to help me understand who you are, what you desire, and where you want to go at the end of our coaching session. And so with the coaching session, after you fill out the survey, I kind of go through the survey and understand, what your desires are and how I can facilitate you. I'll pick out the chakras that stand out the most in regards to what you may need to work on. And I'll create a plan, a strategic plan for you to be able to focus on those particular chakras, learn the tools that you need to be able to stand on your own after the class is done. Like, I don't want you to constantly have to need or depend on me. I'm growing you and cultivating you to be able to understand what the chakras are, understand when those chakras are out of balance, and being able to then have those tools in your toolbox to be able to say, okay, this is how I'm gonna step out of this funk or this blockage, and really be able to cultivate the life that you desire. To live aligned and wealthy as fuck is the goal. And that's the name of the course, and it's named that specifically because when you're in alignment, everything comes to you easily. The money that you want, the relationships that you want, the type of relationship, the fluidity of those relationships that you want, it comes easier when you're in alignment. And it feels better because it's right and it's purposely created and cultivated for you. The wealthy as fuck part is the resources that you create and know how to access. So being able to couple that together for the Align the Wealthy as Fuck coaching session is definitely the catapult to the class and why I created it. Currently, if you are interested from what I just stated, you can definitely start by looking into the free consultation on the website. It starts off with a free consultation where I just, introduce myself, introduce the course to you to see what I'll be providing to you so that you can see if it is a match for you and if I'm a match for you in regards to being able to be the one facilitating this process with you. Again, that's the free part. And then I will be going over what to expect in the process. What do I need from you in order for us to work great together and for you to get the results, et cetera, et cetera. Just stating those baselines. And then from there, you'll get the questionnaire to fill out, return, and then we'll create a schedule. What else? So I'm excited about making it to year 1 successfully in profit, which is an amazing feeling to really be able to say, from going to a full-time employee to a full-time entrepreneur in the last year has been a major journey, and it's definitely, it feels amazing. It definitely feels amazing, but one of the things I always do is do a personal check-in to make sure that I'm doing what feels good to me in regards to business, making sure that I'm in alignment in everything that I do in regards to this business so that I'm my most purest, most authentic self in regards to the relationship and the space that I'm giving off on social media, in our personal sessions, on our virtual sessions, however that looks like, to ensure that I am showing up in my most authentic self at those times. I'm not perfect. Things have happened in family, things have happened in business, but the power of where the teaching that I'm promoting is being able to also use the tools that I am allowing and showing you to use and facilitate to be able to get over those humps. As a quick example, yesterday I almost got into a car accident twice within 30 minutes. And so I'm not the type to blame anyone else. Majority of the time, like 95% of the time, I take responsibility for the life that I'm living. So in those spaces of seeing that I almost got into the exact same car accident twice within 30 minutes of each other, I had to check in and say, Kristen, what's your energy like right now? Like, what are you attracting? Are you anxious where you're attracting anxious people who aren't paying attention to the road? Like, I had to go within to figure out, okay, where am I in regards to this? And once I did that, in all honesty, because once I started to notice and I decided to take a couple breaths to reel in my energy, to take control of my energy, to get present, I noticed, right before I did that, I noticed that there were, and this was after the almost accidents, there were 2 cars that were speeding up down the road behind me that were kind of weaving through traffic, basically on the way getting closer and closer to me. And so I took those couple of breaths, got present, and then decided that I was going to have a peaceful journey to my destination and to make it safely. I promise you, those same 2 cars stopped weaving in and out of traffic and was driving regular for the rest of the remaining time. And then for the rest of my drive, everyone else was peaceful. But it took me to be able to remind myself to get present and to be in the moment and to be grateful for my health, to be grateful for a safe journey, that I had to talk into existence what I desire instead of allowing life to just happen. So I'm using the tools that I'm sharing in the courses. I'm doing the guided meditation for myself, and I see it working, and my clients see it working. I'll start to kind of promote the repost, in a sense, all of the client testimonials, and you'll begin to see that as well. But I wanted to just simply hop on here to just let you know that no matter what, if there's a desire, a burning desire in your heart, you have the capacity to live it out. You don't have to go about it in the journey that I did, but allow me to be the representation and say that God can do whatever it is that you need God to do for you. And it's that simple. If you want to still work a 9-to-5 job and build a successful business, you can do that. If you want to quit your full-time job because you prepared and you're ready to go full-time as an entrepreneur, you can successfully do that. So no matter what you desire in life, there's a representation to show you that you have the capacity to get it done. That you have whatever you need within you that you have to just simply pull out and get it done. That could be in business. That could just be a better relationship with your family. Whatever that looks like, you have the capacity to get it done and to really do it successfully. Again, if you haven't already purchased your herbal teas, feel free to do so. Not a business without profit, so definitely feel free to try the herbal teas if you haven't already. Share the content. If any of what I've stated resonates with you, or anything that you've seen on my page has helped you in any way, share with your friends and family so that they can also see the power of the herbal tea blends, or the services in regards to the coaching sessions or the guided meditation course that I've officially launched on Friday. All of it is just resources for you to be able to continue to live better, for you to live aligned and wealthy as fuck, and for us to continue to build a community where this world is constantly changing for the better. But that's all I wanted to share today. I'm happy that you joined me for just these couple of moments, and I hope something resonates with you. Again, share the content, share with friends, tell a friend about me, tell a friend about the page. Try out the free consultation for the coaching or guided meditation session. Very simple, free link to just choose your time through Calendarly, and just sign up for your free consultation as soon as possible. Let's get talking and see if any of the services that I'm offering is a match for us to work together. But besides that, again, I just want to wish you peace, love, prosperity, more wealth, more abundance, and just say thank you for making it a whole year with me in Wealth Tea. I look forward to talking with you soon.